You know the son? Augustine of Hippo, the man who wrote the Confessions. The man who shaped Western Christianity so profoundly that you cannot understand Catholic or Protestant theology without going through him. The most influential Christian thinker in history, by almost any measure. You have probably heard his name. Today we talk about the woman behind him. Her name was Monica. She was born around 331 AD in Tagaste, a small town in what is now Algeria, in North Africa. She was Berber, indigenous North African. A woman of deep faith who had grown up in a Christian home. She married a man named Patricius, a pagan, difficult, short-tempered, and unfaithful. Monica prayed for him for years. He converted to Christianity on his deathbed. But her greatest test was her son. Augustine was brilliant, restless, and spiritually rebellious. He adopted the Manichaean religion. He lived for years with a woman outside of marriage. He pursued pleasure, rhetoric, and worldly success with equal intensity. He moved to Rome, then to Milan, always further from the faith his mother had tried to plant in him. Monica followed him. Not in a controlling way, in a praying way. She went to a bishop in North Africa, weeping and begging him to speak to her son and convince him to return to the faith. The bishop, a wise man, told her something that became one of the most famous lines in the history of the church. It is not possible that the son of so many tears should perish. She kept praying. In Milan, when Augustine was 31 years old, he was sitting in a garden in a state of profound spiritual crisis. He heard what he thought was a child's voice singing a phrase over and over, "Take up and read, take up and read." He picked up a copy of Paul's letters and read the first passage his eyes fell on. It was Romans chapter 13, verse 13. And something broke open in him. Augustine was baptized that Easter in 387 AD by Ambrose of Milan. Monica was there. She had followed him across the Mediterranean. She had prayed for 30 years. She had refused to give up on a son who had given her every reason to. She died a few months later in the Italian port city of Ostia on the way home to Africa. But before she died, Augustine sat with her by a window overlooking a garden, and the two of them talked about heaven, what it might be like, what it might feel like to be with God. In the Confessions, Augustine describes that conversation as one of the most transcendent moments of his life. Monica of Tagaste, a Berber woman from North Africa, the woman whose prayers produced the greatest theologian in Western Christian history. We say her son changed the world. She shaped the man who did it. Follow what history reveals. Share this with every mother who is praying for a child who seems lost. The story of Monica is the story of what persistent faith looks like and what it can produce. Tomorrow, the African who saved the Trinity when the whole church was about to abandon it.